Check out the Comic Outlaw on YouTube. Drop us a like, subscribe, and have a look around at our many videos, many topics, and many selections on many different subjects. So if you're ready to rock and roll, let's rock and roll. Drop a little Gamma verse on you with the savage She-Hulk. And yes, she's trying to still defeat the followers of the Word. And this is her first real big opponent, this girl right here. She's kind of not a match for She-Hulk, but she does have a lot of super strength. Last time she was trying to get this guy who's basically this girl's girlfriend. He's part of this cult. And basically he's just been kidnapped, and she had him sign a statement, and then she kind of left the fortress, and now she's trying to get back home. And she kind of just hops a ride, and it's funny how this guy in the armored truck does not notice that she jumped in, ripped a hole out, and just kicked back all the way to Los Angeles. And, you know, she just kind of decides to get back out, seal it back up. Of course, the police, thinking that she's a criminal, you know, are on a shoot first, ask questions later basis. And, of course, She-Hulk takes off. You know, she's basically too fast for them to shoot at her, because they would be shooting at civilians. So She-Hulk just takes off. Now, at this point, they've discovered that her blood is poisoned, and that it's actually running her down little by little. And she falls asleep as She-Hulk. Her control of the going back and forth is starting to wane a little bit. She knocks out the clock, of course, as She-Hulk wakes up as Jen. And of course, this is where her friend Trapper begins to explain the situation to her, that they are going to have to do something about her blood after seeing Dr. Morbius, who is Morbius, a living vampire, of course. Now, this is basically a lot of court stuff. They're going over the court file, the kid, how he became a member, basically how he became part of the cult, and how he's just going over an overview. This guy's a preacher. He does the Word. That's his jealous girlfriend right there, the bodybuilder. Supposed to be a disciple, a reflection of his power, so to speak. And of course, she got him to sign the affidavit. She basically beat her up and left. And so now Jen is preparing basically how to deal with these people, and she's plotting their scheme. And these guys are just discussing the Word, how they're going to progress with their movement. And basically, this woman wants revenge. This woman wants She-Hulk destroyed. She's never been in a situation where someone's been stronger than her, and it is bugging the hell out of her, and she wants vengeance. She wants another round. She wants another shot at She-Hulk. Now, as the boyfriend comes out of nowhere, he basically came back, you know, out of obligation's sake, and the fact that he's sort of contractually obligated to be there. Now, the plans start to roll for both the court date and as well as Zapper trying to figure out a way to save his friend. But things have a way of turning in the legal process. Of course, the man that speaks the Word is representing himself, and he has a sort of charisma over people, which you'll see in this court. The way he works over people, the way he talks to people, he has a way with words. But she also has that signed statement. Of course, they interview the parents. They said that they haven't been able to see him, have contact with him. That basically he's been held there as a prisoner. And this guy just smooths over everything. He has just a way of talking to people. He brings up the so-called victim, and the victim recants. Basically takes back his whole statement that he signed it under duress because She-Hulk was there. And of course, Jen begins to lose her temper. And one of the people come close to her, and she shoves him. Now, unbeknownst to her, that blonde destroyer actually knows what's going on. And she finds her in the bathroom, and her and the blonde bomber there start going at it. And she kind of sucker punched her while she was kind of transforming. So she's not She-Hulk all the way yet, but you know, she quickly becomes. And they get into a fight, and they start fighting each other back and forth, back and forth. And this woman's surprised, and she's just hitting She-Hulk with her best hits, her haymakers, and they're not doing anything. But the fight continues outside. She pushes her out the window, and it continues, and She-Hulk is just still getting up. I mean, she might be faster, but She-Hulk is definitely stronger, has more durability. And the fight just ends up concluding when She-Hulk picks up a car and just slams it on her. Well, she doesn't really slam it on her. Right when she was about to, you know, come to her senses, you know, the boyfriend got in the way. It went whoop. slammed right on her, and just kind of crushed her. And of course, this guy is stunned. He's in shock, and so is the boyfriend. Stockholm syndrome, y'all. What can I say? And he decides never to speak the word again. He disappears off into the streets, depressed. So does She-Hulk. She ends up passing out. Trapper ends up fighting her. And what will happen the next time, we'll find out on the Comic Outlaw. Don't forget to like and subscribe and check us out. And as always, I'll catch you on the flip side. Laters.